Morning, all. All right, so I took the advice of some. I decided this morning I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because how many times have I uploaded a news video? People are like, you should have waited. Well, I've been waiting about an hour for something to happen with these trades. Nothing at this point, so why not? So the draft is on Wednesday. The award show is tonight. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. I will do a video reviewing what we see and the results, and I also want to see the voting and how all the voting's been done and who got the most first place votes and all that fun stuff as well. So that's tonight. We won't be doing the live stream. We did the live stream yesterday. Busy day today here, so I'm not doing a live stream for the award show, but as I said, I will be doing the video recapping what takes place. And so, yeah, we'll see how many surprises there might or might not be when it comes to who wins what. So the Montreal Canadiens are not out on Dubois, so the talks between Dubois and the Kings are still ongoing. There were rumors yesterday of an 8-year, $8.5 million a year deal, but that's the same number that I've seen attached to Timo Meier. Neither of them have been signed yet. This is a very interesting time. A lot of rumors out there. I have also seen rumors being started by parody accounts on Twitter that do not identify themselves as parody accounts easily. So it looks like it's probably coming from the real person. The reality is that, there's a lot of chatter, not a lot going on right now. But apparently, and amongst all that, Dubois and the Canadiens are also an option where Montreal would like to pick up Pierre-Luc Dubois. So if things don't work out with the Kings, Montreal's right there as the fallback. Elliot Friedman reporting that Adin Hill, he reports this yesterday, again, waiting for this to be 100% confirmed. It has not been 100% confirmed yet. That Adin Hill signing a 2-year extension in Vegas worth $4.9 million. So he played the best hockey of his life at the absolute perfect time, and he's making a lot of money. If I had said back in March, I think Adin Hill's going to stick around in Vegas for 2-year contract, probably $4.9 million a year, everybody would have rightfully said the man's insane. Hill definitely capitalizing on this. I think it's a lot of money. I think there's some risk to that. But Vegas this is how they do things. And so, yeah, we'll see how things go. It looks like then Brisebois would be hitting the market. And then the question is, if Leonard comes back, does Leonard take over as the starter with Hill as the backup? Do they split the net? Oh, yeah. And Logan Thompson. So there's a lot of goaltenders there. Obviously, Jonathan Quick then becomes the odd man out. We'll see if anybody picks up Quick on the 1st on Saturday. So Erik Karlsson. So this is my Karlsson jersey. Saying a lot of teams are interested in his services, but very few can afford his cap hit. I've also seen comments about, Karlsson comes across as kind of arrogant. You kind of have to be confident in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You got to be at least a little bit self-centered when you're that good for that long. And Karlsson has bet on himself the whole way through. He's saying that he'd like to get a chance to win a Stanley Cup. And that's the trick. Like, if he was willing to go just anywhere, I think you'd probably be able to work something out. But since he wants a chance at a Stanley Cup, that does limit which teams are going to be able to make those offers for him. And a lot of those teams that are in a position to contend don't have the kind of cap space necessary in order to take on Karlsson's contract. So we know San Jose is going to have to eat some of that cap hit to trade him. We just don't know how much yet. So we'll see what happens with Karlsson. He could be traded as soon as tomorrow. He could be traded today. It could maybe wait till next summer. No idea. He did say as well that he's happy in San Jose. His kids were born there, and his family really enjoys living there. So if he has to stay in San Jose, he's perfectly fine with that as well. Michael Backlund. So this is one of the players, of course, who's on an expiring contract next summer. It sounds like he wants to stay in Calgary. He's the representative for the team this week, as a for instance. And he did also say that he feels that they missed having a captain during some of the downbeats last year. So he said that the year before without a captain, it wasn't a big deal because they were winning a lot. But that during last season, with all the losing that was going on and the team falls out of the playoffs, they really could have used that voice in the locker room, that captain, that they didn't have. So it's an interesting perspective. We'll see whether or not Calgary names a captain. They also asked him, would he be, how would he feel about being the next captain of the Calgary Flames? And he said he'd be honored. He also said that he's optimistic with the changes at GM as well as with the coaching staff. So By all accounts, it sounds like Backlund is perfectly fine to stay in Calgary. His name has come up as one of the ones who maybe ends up being moved out at next year's deadline if they don't get an extension signed. And as said in that article as well, Conroy would have seen Gaudreau walk out the door, and he wouldn't want to see star players or good players walk out with nothing, getting acquired by Calgary in return. So for the Flames, a team that's really in the crosshairs for everybody in the media right now, and everybody's keeping an eye on what they're doing. At least it sounds like Backlund's willing to stick around, and that's good news. And I don't think that all of the players that we're talking about are necessarily going to get moved by Calgary. Like, I don't think necessarily we're going to see all of Hanifin and Lindholm, et cetera, all of them end up going. Basically, if you have a Flames jersey on and you have an expiring contract, you're going to be in the rumor mill, like Toffoli and whatnot. But we're going to see some guys get moved, and then it's a matter of, who sticks around and getting guys to commit to stick around as well. So there you go. That's the news for now. We'll see when those trades go through because, again, we're still waiting on Hayes to St. Louis. At this point, though, it's been over 24 hours. I wouldn't be all that surprised if Philadelphia at some point just pivots and looks somewhere else, or maybe you can find somebody else. If Krug will not waive, find somebody else to add to the deal or draft picks or something in order to make it work. Although I do think St. Louis wants out of the Krug contract. Maybe Krug just doesn't want to go to Philadelphia. He'd be willing to go somewhere else. But anyways, that's a whole other discussion. We'll see how that all works out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.